Peace and blessing of Allah be upon you all. Mr. Ahmed greets you, students of second year secondary at Real Iman High School. I want you all to prepare your books and open them on Model Traveler 4, your student's book Traveler 4, Module 4. This is lesson B, writing on page 64. Again, your student's book, lesson 4B, 4B, writing on page 64. What do we have today in our lesson? We have a very interesting and important lesson for writing. What is it? It's a book review. A book review. What's book review? A book review means, guys, a short description of a book with the reviewer's opinion to tell you whether this book is nice to read or it's not good or it's not nice to read. مراجعات الكتب. Again, what is a book review? A book review is a short description of the readers or the reviewers' opinions to tell you whether this book is good to read or not good to read. Exercise A, discuss. 1. How do you choose books to read or give as gifts? Gifts means presents, هدايا. How do you choose books to read? For example, everyone, of course, has his own interests. So when you want to read a book or choose a book to read, you choose a book related to your interests or based on one's interest. I mean here, for example, if you are interested in sport, of course, when you want to choose a book to read, you will choose a book of sports. If you want to choose a book to give as a gift to your father or your mother or your grandfather or your uncle, anyone, or even your friend, suppose that your friend or your father, for example, likes politics. So you will choose a book of politics for him. Suppose that your mother likes reading religious books. So you will choose a book of religion for her. Suppose that your friend is interested on novels, stories. So you will choose a book or a kind of story for him. Okay, Abdurrahman. Okay. So for question 1, how do you choose books to read or give as gifts? As I mentioned, based on your own interests. Question 2, do you ever read books reviews in newspaper? We mentioned before, book reviews means short descriptions of the reviewer's opinions about the book. Do you ever read book reviews in newspapers or magazines? Why and why not? If guys, you have to tell me why you read book reviews if you answer with yes, and why you don't read book reviews if you answer with no. I'll help you. Uh, for example, if you say yes, I usually read book reviews on newspaper and magazines. Why? To decide whether this book is related to my interests or not, or to check famous people opinions about this book. And some students or some people may say, no, I never read book reviews in newspaper or magazines. Why? Because I need to read, or I usually read, whatever other people's opinion about book. Now let's move to exercise B. Here we have a book review about this novel by Jules Verne, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Have you ever read this book or this story? We will read read the review of the novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Is this a book you would be interested in reading? Why or why not? So this is a book review of this story, or this is a review of this story, and you have to read it and decide if you are interested in reading the whole story later or not. Follow me now. Jules Verne, from his name, he is a French writer. Timeless. Timeless means not affected by the passing of time. خالدة. Timeless novel. Novel means story. رواية. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea was first published. Published means written, printed, edited, نشرت, نشرت in 1870, oh, about 150 years ago. It is a great adventure tale. Tale is a kind of story. حكاية. Adventure. Adventure. مغامرة. Which focuses on, concentrates on man's battle. Battle means fight against the forces of nature. We mean by the forces of nature, powers of nature like weather, seas, waves, wind, heat waves, earthquakes, volcanoes, and his desire. Desire means رغبة, to overcome them, how he can fight these natural forces. The story takes place, happened in 1866. So when did the story happen, or when did the story take place? In 1866, when a mysterious sea creature, mysterious means very strange creature, appears, causing problem in Europe and America. What kind of strange or mysterious sea creatures that appeared in Europe and America? Now it becomes interesting. Sea creature, and it's mysterious, strange. What is it? In 1866, in the 19th century, it's complete. The well-known scientist, the famous scientist, Dr. Pierre Aronnax, is a French writer. Dr. Pierre Aronnax is a French scientist, along with his servant, Conseil. We say that in French, Conseil, don't say L, okay? And the adventurous Ned Land set off means started their journey انطلقوا في رحلتهم on an expedition. Expedition is, of course, it's not a kind of car, Ford Expedition. No, that expedition means a journey to explore, رحلة استكشافية, to find the monster. What monster? This mysterious sea creature that appeared causing trouble in America and Europe. Their quest means search, their quest is successful, but the creature attacks the ship, and the three men, who are the three men? One, Dr. Pierre Arnex, two, his servant Conseil, three, adventurous Ned Land. The three men fall overboard. Overboard means on board of a ship or a plane, but of course it's a kind of ship on the surface of something or an item. After hours of swimming, they were able to climb onto a hard surface, which only turns out to be ثبت لهم, the creature itself. A little later, after some time, it turns out that the monster is actually really, in fact, a great submarine. What is a submarine, guys? This in the picture. This is a submarine. It's a kind of ship which goes under water or under the sea. Hawassa, operated by the mysterious Captain Nemo. Let's go on. 20,000 leagues under the sea. Now, guys, he gives you in paragraph one the plot of the novel. Here, let's see some of the reviews. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is a classic of science fiction. Classic means old. Of science fiction is a kind or a mix between science and fiction, خيال علمي. And Verne is considered one of its founders, the first people to write, or he is thought to be the founder of science fiction novels, مؤسس الخيال العلمي. The author, the writer, manages to involve science and technology in an adventure story. استطاع إنه يعمل ميكس أو يدمج الخيال والتقنية والتكنولوجيا في قصة مغامرات. However, as much as the author believed in technological progress, developments, تقدم, he realized that he thought that it also had its dangers for mankind. Mankind means humans, البشرية. This is obvious in the novel. Clear. Obvious means clear. This is obvious in the novel, which is written as a warning, تحذير, of how man can use it wrongly. Nemo, for example, has impressive knowledge and has made great achievements, success. Nevertheless, although because of his thirst for revenge, thirst from thirsty for revenge, we mean by revenge the desire to punish someone for something wrong he did and come. He seems to be nothing but a dangerous man. Verne's fantastic tale of ocean exploration takes the reader from the beautiful corals. Corals. Corals means these colorful plants that you can find under the sea or underwater. الشعاب المرجانية of the Red Sea to famous shipwrecks. We mean by shipwrecks the remains of destroyed ships. بقايا أو أطلال السفن أو حطام السفن. At the same time, discussing matters such as courage, friendship, and moral godness, as ethics. There is no question why this novel became so popular that it has never gone out of print since the year it was published. Guys, that's now the book review of this story by Jules Verne, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Now, let's do or answer the questions. 1. Or exercise C. Read the review again, I think now it's clear, and answer the questions below. Follow me, guys, and write your answers. You can raise your hands if you want to answer, okay? In which paragraph does the writer A tells us where the story takes place? Guys, we have 4 paragraphs, 1, 2, 3, and 4. In which one does he mention or he says or tell us where the story takes place. Where? The location of the story. In which paragraph? Here, it's in paragraph 2. B. Give an overall impression of the novel. He expresses his opinion of the novel in paragraph 4. C. Tell us who the author of the novel is, who is the writer. In which paragraph does he tell us the author or who the author of the novel is? In paragraph 1. This is by Jules Verne. D. Refer to a certain character's flaws here in paragraph 3. Refer to important themes in the book. We mean by themes, topics in the book. That's in paragraph 4. F. Comment on what makes the novel so popular. Of course, when he gives his own impression or an overall impression, it was in paragraph 4. You have now 1 minute to write your answers. Hurry up. Muad and Qahtani, don't forget to send me a screenshot of the students attending our session. Okay? Again, Muaz, don't forget to send me screenshots of the students attending the class. Now, okay, thank you, Muaz. Let's move to exercise D, the last part, guys. I want to try to find these words in the lesson. One is D, read the review again and find words and phrases or phrases which mean the following. Try to find these words in the text. Ali Abras. Number 1, not affected by the passing of time. Which word I mentioned it in paragraph 1, in the first paragraph or in the first 3 lines. Not affected by the passing of time. What word or phrase mean that? It's timeless. Timeless. Khalid. 2. Search for something in paragraph 2. Also, I mentioned it. I need a word which means search for something. Yes, Abdurrahman Anazi.
Quest teacher.
Right, Abdurrahman. Well done. Thank you. It's quest. Quest means search for something. 3. Over a ship's side and into the water in paragraph 2. Naif, what is it?
Overboard.
Excellent, Naif. Great work. Overboard. 4, guys, follow me and I will give you enough time to write. Number 4, the human race. العرق البشري. We said it what? It's very easy, guys. In paragraph 3, I said it's a word which means human. What did he mention? Yes, Naif, Suaid.
Mind.
Again, please.
Mind.
No, it's not mind, it's mankind. Right? Mankind. Mankind. Thank you, Naif, for your participation. Let's take another one. Number 5, a desire for something. We said desire, رغبة, شيء. in paragraph 3. عنده رغبة في الانتقام. He said what? His space for revenge. For revenge. What's it? It's thirst. Thirst for revenge. And number 6, the last one. The remains of a destroyed ship. Abdulaziz al-Harbi in paragraph 4. What is it, Abdulaziz?
Shipwork.
It's shipwreck. No W, Abdulaziz, okay? Shipwreck. Shipwreck.
Yeah.
When you have W plus R, don't pronounce W. We say shipwreck. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Abdulaziz. Guys, that's all for today's lesson. Please don't leave the class. Don't leave the class. Again, don't leave the class. Thank you for your attention, and again, don't leave the class.